So what you see here is a clip that was apparently leaked.
What?
We're gonna break down the video pixel by pixel to determine its authenticity. Is it possible that the shot was faked? Or is it real?
Nothing gets fans more excited than crossovers. The Avengers. Wandaverse, when the guy who played Quicksilver, but he was from the other franchise. What? Dude, the Spider-Verse movies. What? Turns out they're doing it in live action now.
Multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. So what you see here is a clip that was apparently leaked, obviously showing Andrew Garfield on set as his character from the Amazing Spider-Man series.
It's weird when a video clip like this comes out. It's very clearly Andrew Garfield, yet he turns around and says, "No, it is not I."
I heard about it, and I did see it, and it's a Photoshop.
Who do you believe? Here's what people are saying online about this. It's been revealed that Andrew Garfield's appearance in the latest Spider-Man movie was in fact a deepfake. The Hollywood star who played the web-slinging superhero in the last movie will not be reprising his role after producers discovered he had been replaced by an AI trained to impersonate the actor. We were having a difficult time with Andrew Garfield. We couldn't get him to come to set, and sometimes filming would be delayed because of his commitments to some movie about a quadriplegic single mother. Anyways, the article goes on, but it proves the point that this video of Andrew Garfield is fake.
That article is fake. Sam literally generated it with an AI.
Much like the actual articles written about this subject that seem to be written by AI.
So Sam and I are gonna cut through that conflicting information today. We're gonna break down the video pixel by pixel to determine its authenticity. Is it possible that the shot was faked? Or is it real?
So come with us through the critical thinking process, so next time something like this happens, you can figure it out for yourself. So what's interesting is that it looks like this is an actual cinema camera, or a rather high quality camera. It's a large sensor because you can see some depth of field here. This isn't like some person on their phone. Either it's like some ripped footage from a behind the scenes crew, or someone who has like tapped into one of the actual monitors on set.
This could just be footage from when he was filming Spider-Man, and he's just talking to his stunt double, like, you want me to stand like you were standing like this? All right, so if we compare that footage with the original footage from The Amazing Spider-Man, there's a pretty big difference between the two. His hairdo is different, he looks a lot younger, he looks like he's in high school. But main thing is his hairdo. Like, they wouldn't just have a different hairdo for one day on set here. So this most likely is new footage. His face looks like it's a different resolution from his costume. It's slightly blurrier.
There does seem to be a slight lack of detail there. It's a bit of an anomaly, in my opinion, because if we're looking at like the bars there, we can see like surface imperfections on the beams, and it does seem like there's a slight lack of quality on the face. That being said, like generally if you upload a video to a social media platform, the chances that it's going to be a MP4 file, it's pretty likely. And the way MP4 files work is by compressing motion into an overall image. So it's less about rendering a unique frame, every single frame, but taking one frame and then basically saying, all right, this is the direction the pixels are moving, so that way we have motion data instead of image data. It's called iframes and p-frames. So an example like this is if you export a 3-second clip, everything that's not moving is going to stay crisp, while the things moving will have less fidelity.
The main claim I've seen made about this video is that we are in fact looking at a deepfake of Andrew Garfield. I don't think this is a deepfake. This would be the best deepfake I've ever seen if it's a deepfake, 100%. I mean, the best deepfakes I've ever seen is the Tom Cruise deepfakes.
What's up, TikTok?
Deep Tom Cruise by Chris Kume. I mean, those are wonderful, but you can tell they're deepfakes if you scrutinize it. You can see there's no crisp shadow under the nose from the sunlight. There's a bit of a sense of like his face is being lit and then like relit again.
I feel fresh as a button.
But even like the teeth, like the lighting on the teeth is not quite right. Also, you can see it feels a little bit like it's a flat texture of a face, you know, as opposed to like a three-dimensional object. So that's because the computer's trained on a bunch of images of a face. Well, those images are filmed at all different focal lengths. You know, oftentimes if you're doing, say, you know, training from movies, like let's say we're doing a Tom Cruise deepfake and you're grabbing all these Tom Cruise shots. Well, a lot of times you're using close-ups. Close-ups are often shot with a telephoto lens. And what a telephoto lens does is it tends to flatten everything. So my face has a lot of distortion, right? My nose is scaled up a little bit because it's closer to you. My ears, my face is probably kind of like a little fish-eyed, and these get a little bit smaller. I get perspective on my face. Now you kind of see how everything's flattened on my face. And you've probably seen like GIFs of this on Reddit or something like that. Like, look at what lenses do to the face. What ends up happening is that when you put a deepfake on a face, you kind of get this weird like flat nose effect, or like the whole face is almost like this like squished lack of perspective, almost like orthographic view, when in real life you should actually be getting a lot more perspective and depth and almost like vanishing points representing themselves on the face as the geometry moves around. It's really, really, really good, but just scrutinize it, it's not quite right. With that in mind, let's go back to Andrew Garfield.
Whoa! Hey guys, it's me, Brandy Garfield. As you can see, I'm on the set of Man Who Acts Like a Spider. I don't really know what number it is, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here. And I'm even more happy to tell you about today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. Guys, if you aren't using a VPN when you're out surfing the open internet, you should really be considering it as one of the most valuable tools to protect your information and give you access to content from all over the world. You see, the first thing that a VPN does is it reroutes your internet connection to a server in another location. This gives your data additional encryption when it is out on the open internet, so that hackers cannot steal your information, and your internet service provider cannot take your data and sell it to third parties for advertisements. And if there's one thing that I don't like, it's bad guys. And the second thing that a VPN is going to do for you is it's going to give you access to content from all over the world. That's one of my favorite features about ExpressVPN. You see, the way that it works is if you're on a platform like Netflix, they're going to give you access to certain movie titles that are only available in the country that you're in. But with a VPN, you can tell websites that you are accessing the internet from an entirely different country, which is going to give you all the movie titles that are available on a platform like Netflix in an entirely different country, meaning you can access content from all over the world. Now, guys, if you don't believe me, just go on the reviews and check out ExpressVPN for yourself. They were rated #1 by platforms like CNET and TechRadar. I know that I might have a perfect jawline, but one thing that's more perfect than my jawline is ExpressVPN's 24/7 customer service. They're also the fastest VPN provider out there. It's really beautiful. I use it all the time. Now, if you're interested, you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description below or going to expressvpn.com/corridorcrew. That's expressvpn.com/corridorcrew. Oh, they're calling me back to set, guys. Hey, this is just another day in the life of a Hollywood movie star. Until next time, you have fun with that VPN, and I gotta go get this shot. See you guys later.
The first thing I'm seeing is there's an edge light coming from the top right corner, kind of a bluish, daylight blue edge light. It's hitting the lines on his costume. It's also hitting the side of his neck, at the corner of his jaw, and his hair here. The little bit of the corner of the jaw catching the light is interesting because that specific kind of sharp lighting detail, that's something a deepfake does not do very well. Most deepfakes cover this part of the face. You can do whole head deepfakes, but they get blurry and low resolution. So that would mean that the hair has to be real. He almost never deepfake hair. It's very, very hard to do, especially such bountiful hair like that from Andrew Garfield. Another thing to look at is the eyes. So your eyes are reflective, they're spheres. The reflections in both eyes should be consistent with each other. If one eye shows one light reflection, the other eye shows 2 light reflections, well then that's a sign that the eyes are being faked and the deepfake only picked up on one of the bright spots. Looking at his eyes, I see consistent reflections in both. Another thing I'm seeing, the sharpness of the shadows going off of his nose onto the side of his face, and more importantly, into his mouth. You can see the glistening light on the water of his tongue, and it's consistent. The deepfake might catch that here and there, but it has no idea of what's causing highlights or light. It just knows statistically where these things go. You'd have to have so much very specific trained data of Andrew Garfield's tongue with light glistening on it at the correct color temperature and angle to be able to replicate it here. I mean, if the Andrew Garfield shot is a deepfake, maybe somebody's just thought it'd be a funny joke to fake this. I mean, there are good deepfake artists out there that could theoretically do something like this.
Yeah, well, as real as this looks, it has been revealed that this shot is a deepfake.
Oh, yeah, right. I can already tell this is fake. The puppet tool.
The puppet tool?
Like, that's the clearest sign that this is fake already. It's like you would never. Why would you move his arm up to the pole? I can tell immediately this is fake.
No, but look, they deepfaked it. See how the the lips and the nose and the eyes are being tracked?
All right, Alex Serrato is trolling all of us. He didn't come out and said as much. on his YouTube channel. All right, so the big giveaway here for me is this deepfake training grid. So when you have this grid view, one set of faces is the face that's going to be put on the other person. The other set of faces is the person who will be receiving the face. In other words, this shouldn't all be Andrew Garfield. One row should be Andrew Garfield, and the other row should be the actor underneath.
That's the funny thing. He's training his deepfake on the final image.
Yeah.
So where's the other actor? Because you don't just like, it doesn't generate a face from nothing.
I think it's really funny. I love that Alex did this, but I think that the number of news articles that went out saying it turns out it was a deepfake after all, and they just point to this. It's like, all they had to do was show the training shot to one person who's ever done a deepfake in their life, and they would immediately know it's not real. There is one thing about this that caught me. I'm like, well, that's weird. When he enhances the face, and it's the way his teeth jump around when it's enhanced here. So what's happening here is he's using an AI up-resing algorithm here that's looking at the face and is analyzing detail and filling in extra detail. And so the reason the wrinkles are moving on the lips or the way the teeth heights are shifting is it's identifying patterns and it's guessing, maybe this is the top of the tooth. And then a few frames later it goes, no, this is the top of the tooth. And so the tooth constantly jumps around. All the details are not temporally consistent, as we would say. Now in a real deepfake, this is something you would actually run into. You would run into the teeth shimmying around a little bit. You run into the wrinkles on the lips shimmying around a little bit. All right, so this video is fake, but are there any other ways one could fake this video without using a deepfake? This could be Andrew Garfield cut out from a film and they set up this shot to like look like it. That's how I would fake it. Like I would find a shot of Andrew Garfield where I can match the lighting and like the motions and I would just cut it out and stick it onto my footage. And you can get pretty close. I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, could this be faked? Yes, this could be faked. It would be very, 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 very good fakery. I don't think it's a deep fake. Deepfakes are not magic. They're really not that crazy. And they require a ton of artistry to actually blend and look real.
Also, it's probably not even a leak. Like at this point, if I was a movie studio, what's gonna get more press? Like an actual official photo that's released or a leaked one? Will you tell me I'm not supposed to see this? You know, it's like I'm totally clicking on that.
Yeah, I mean, they just got us to talk about this for a whole video here.
Yeah, look at that, right?
Hashtag ad. Question
Hashtag
mark?
ad? Is this an ad? Did we just, oh crap. So this video was brought to you by Disney and Spider-Man No Way Home, and we even have a special additional clip for you guys to check out of the film. Here it is.
Everyone got superpowers. Well, everyone but me.
Spider-Man, great character, great superhero. I love the original movies with Tobey Maguire. All the Spider-Man movies, they're super fun. And would it be exciting to see one where all the cast members from different films come together for a single hit? Yeah, it'd be super cool.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it. So we really enjoy doing these debunk videos. I have to give a massive shout out to Captain Disillusion. Not that we're trying to copy his format, but if there's anybody out there who does the best debunk videos on the internet, it's him. So if you like this video, go check him out. But I'd love some more clips, you know, like real footage, ghost footage, the Bigfoot footage. Point us to some very specific shots that you want to see us take a look at to see if we can spot any residual artifacts of visual effects artistry, or we can try to figure out if they are exactly 100% real. We'll find your mysteries and we'll solve them.
Hey, look! Someone's on the ground! Hey, what's up?
Hey, look, it's not Spider-Man!
Let's go!
Hey, not Spider-Man!